Okay, then it looks like everybody has joined the call okay, and everybody can see and hear us okay. As I mentioned at the start of the call, my name is Ian Bate. I work in the marketing team here at Enterpryze. Alongside me today, I've got James Keappock, who is a member of our customer enablement team and also one of our product experts. James will be giving you a very short demonstration today around the new tools that are being developed and will be shortly released in Enterpryze. Before I pass over to James, just some very brief housekeeping rules that we like to follow on our webinars. Just so there's no background noise or distractions to the presenters, we do like to keep everybody on mute throughout the presentation. However, you will notice on the right hand side of your GoToMeeting or GoToWebinar control panel, there is the option to kind of chat with us or get in touch with us via the questions tab. Please use that if you do have any kind of technical difficulties, and we'll try and sort those out. Hopefully it looks like everything's okay today, so we're not expecting any issues. But if you would like to get in touch with us, that's the best way to do so. We are recording today's presentation, so we'll happily send out a copy to you guys. If you'd like to pass it on to your colleagues or your customers, etc., you're more than welcome to do so. And obviously, you can also get in touch with us via the usual means using the support@enterpryze.com email address or the sales@enterpryze.com email address. Okay, I think we're ready for James's presentation now. James, can you hear me okay?
Yes, Ian, thank you very much.
Okay, I'll pass over to you now, James.
Okay, thank you very much, Ian, and you're all very welcome to today's What's New webinar for Enterpryze. So there's three things I want to cover today, and that's just to look at, I will be showing and demoing some of the very recently released enhancements. I'll also be giving a sneak peek of the new enhancements in the very next release. And finally, I'll just be looking further into Q3 and looking at what new goodies we have and new enhancements we have in Q3. Okay, so to start with, let's have a look at what's in the newly released features of the most recent release. Okay, so just looking at the a couple of the apps. Now I'm projecting my mobile device here. So we listen to all your feedback, so please keep sending it in to us, and through support@enterpryze.com. We carefully look at all feedback from our partners and from our end users, and it's considered at a planning meeting which we have for enhancements requests. So just looking at a couple of them, in the pipeline app, for example, so the pipeline is where the pipeline opportunity is managed for mobile sales teams and mobile sales managers. So we've added up in a couple of nice new enhancements there. For example, you can select the range of the opportunity, which is intuitively updating the view in the mobile app in real time. So that's really nice, kind of seamless feature there. Also, we have a setting which has been added there for displaying the values of the pipeline opportunities as value, or if you just want to see that profit amount on each opportunity, then you can get to the real story of what the pipeline is displaying in terms of profit. So there are a couple of nice enhancements there for pipeline. We've enhanced some of the in-app notifications on our mobile app offerings. A good example is the expense app. So if I show you from an expense user's point of view, so for those familiar with expenses, you'll be quite familiar with this screen. So submitting a new expense receipt, I go in, I select my expense type, I link it to a standard SAP Business One project, I build up my expense this way, okay, and I can capture a photograph of my receipt. Okay, so taking my word for it, that's my receipt, and submit the expense. That goes through to the web application for the expense approver to approve that expense, so it's immediately visible for that approver in the web application area under the expense module, and that approver. Now, a couple of enhancements we've added is the approval button. We've also added the ability, when rejecting, add in a little remark for the rejection reason. Okay, whatever it may be, click reject, and this is where our enhancement on the in-app notification comes in. So you can see from the user's point of view that they have submitted the expense, but they've received an in-app notification just to let them know it has actually been rejected, and they will be supplied with the reason code, the reason remark there as to why that's been rejected as well. There are just a couple of enhancements to some of the mobile apps. We have come out with this recently, and it's worth showing again, I think. We have implemented the support for UDFs into the web application also. So this is currently available live. In the settings area of the web application, there's a custom fields area. Okay, and so this is where you build up your UDF linking to Standard SAP Business One UDFs. So taking my business partners, for example, I may want to create a UDF. Let's call it, good example might be creating a loyalty scheme, okay. So if I check my SAP Business One database and my business partner master data, I can see I have a loyalty scheme UDF with the drop-down values gold, silver and bronze to denote the loyalty level of the business partner. So building the custom field in Enterprise, I select my data type. All UDF data types are supported by the Enterprise platform. So I can see here I have this is reading all my UDFs from SAP. I can see loyalty scheme is there. I simply save it. So the very next time I am looking at my business partner in the Enterprise web application and I edit the business partner, I'll be able to see the custom field values here available on my business partner record, and then I can actually make them, according to what loyalty level they are, and save that information, which remains present on the Enterprise platform web application side, and it also feeds back into SAP Business One. So there are a couple of really cool features on the sales creation, sales document and marketing document type creation fields. As you know, we have in our web application, we can create new opportunities, quotes, orders, and from here we've added in some new fields, standard SAP Business One fields, but we've added them into the web application in Enterprise, like the owner field has been added, and for owner field is the main one, and for service calls we have added in the handled by field. So handled by field is very useful standard SAP field typically for the coordinator of a service desk, so the service call coordinator, and we assign the actual job to the technicians. Those service technicians are actually doing the job out on the road. So that can all be handled from the web application in Enterprise. It's a nice addition to be able to handle that overall service desk and coordination and scheduling process. So that is some of the main stuff in the release that's just occurred. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is just give a sneak peek of the next release. So the next release shall be Friday the 4th of August. Okay, so there's some really nice stuff coming in there. So the next release, we have made a couple of enhancements to the new service app, and what we've added into the service app is the ability to create sub-activities of a service call. So if I'm the service technician, for example, this is what I see in my mobile app. I see my service calls for the day. I can toggle between the date, drill down into the date, and these are typically my jobs for the day. As a technician, I can look at my route. okay, for the day. Route cannot be found there for that one. And I can drill down into the service call detail. So from here, in the new release, which is the 4th of August release of this service app, we're going to have, which we haven't had previously, is that lookup feature for the custom fields. So we're building UDFs not only into the web application, but we're going to build in, first of all, it's coming out in all the apps in a read-only fashion, and then there'll be write-backs at a later point as well. So you can look at the UDFs on the particular service call. Under the activities, you can view the sub-activities. You can create a new activity against that service call. So it's very useful for service jobs where there's multiple people working on the same job, the overall job, and they can drill down into the activity. Another nice feature on both the overall service call and the activity is we have the ability to add attachments on the sub-activities also, and also the ability to record the start and end time. So once the job is started, you click start. Once it's ended, you click stop, and that is actually going to update the time, start and end time of the actual activity back in SAP Business One and also the web application platform. So again, back into the web application, it's very nice screen for the coordinator or the service desk in the back office to be able to have a view of that real-time updates from the service technicians out in the field. So there are a couple of things coming in the next release for the service mobile app. We've also brought in the support for the queues, which is another thing which will aid a service desk type user. The service call queues, again, those familiar with SAP Business One, you understand they enhanced, I guess, the service desk capabilities there. That's another new thing coming. And one final one on the web app that's coming that I really like, and I think it's a really great addition to the Enterprise platform, is reoccurring transactions. So this is going to be very useful. For example, if you want to create a reoccurring sales order, or if you're working at the opportunity level, if you want to create a reoccurring meeting or an activity under the opportunity, and you want to, say, create a monthly meeting, that can be done through the web application in Enterprise. So just looking at here, for example, I'm going to create a reoccurring service call. All I need to do is work from the transaction level, document level, click the reoccur button, and I can reoccur this service call on a weekly, monthly, or yearly basis. Okay, so you can select the reoccurring date, and you can select the end date for that reoccurring activity or transaction. So I think that's really cool, you know, in terms of being able to create a reoccurring invoice or even jobs or any types of activities. So really good enhancement, I believe. There's some of the main bits coming in the next release. Looking finally into Q3 as a whole and into September, we have some pretty exciting stuff coming also on our roadmap, and that's going to include, there's lots of goodies here basically. We are going to be releasing a new VanCell Android app. We're going to be releasing a new purchase app where the user can complete purchase orders. We're going to come out with a mashable concept, so it's going to relate well with the likes of service. So we see here in the roadmap service mashable with the Cell app, and that's basically going to really enable service technicians on the road to sell, to sell the parts and sell and account for the used parts which they're using on the job, and the same is for delivery. So you also, which we're offering as Enterprise, is a platform after all. It's we are actually integrating the Enterprise platform further with Shopify, and this is going to be a great new addition to for our users and customers. You can avail of the Shopify integration to to start selling and retailing your products on the Shopify platform. We also are going to integrate with Square payment facilities, going to offer other and more payment options to our customers as well. So that is the webinar for today. So we've just covered the newly released features and that are available right now. Just to summarize, we looked at some of the new enhancements to notifications and features in pipeline expenses. We looked at the UDFs and some of the new fields that have been added to the various web modules. We had a sneak peek look at the very next release for the 4th of August, including that service app with the activity editing capabilities and the timing on activities and the service call queues, and most importantly, reoccurring transactions is my favorite. And then finally, we looked at what's coming further into Q3. We have got new van cell app coming out. We've got delivery app with Bluetooth printing capabilities. So lots to come. So that's the webinar for today. Any questions, please forward them on. Ian will provide the details at the end of the webinar here. And also we have a series of webinars running on a weekly basis, and we'll be running in this What's New webinar also on a regular basis. So over to you, Ian.
Excellent, James. Thank you very much for your presentation. As James mentioned, today was very much a teaser of kind of what's coming up in the new releases, what's going to be released soon, and obviously just a very quick overview of our Q3 roadmap. You will find more information about all of the new tools and the new functionalities, etc., what's going to be released in the coming weeks and months in the Enterpryze newsletter. If you have not yet subscribed to that, please let us know. We will happily send you a copy of that. And as James mentioned, the best way to find out really more about the new tools which are coming up and to see them in action is to subscribe and to join us on our weekly webinars. If you go to enterpryze.com/events, you will see that we have released some new dates recently for all of our demos. You're more than welcome to join us on a Tuesday and a Thursday. Again, please sign up. They're all free to join. They're very short, 10 to 15 minute demonstrations where you can find out more about the solution, kind of find out best practice tools, etc. And as James mentioned, if you do have any questions, you are more than welcome to email us at support@enterpryze.com or sales@enterpryze.com. I know that a few of you have already got in touch while the webinar is getting on today, so we will certainly get back to you offline. That's no problem. Okay, again, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you on one of our other webinars shortly. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.